Hi guys, back for part 3. So once again, this is my own personal experience having a double lung transplant. This does not mean that, everybody's going to experience these things. These are just things that happened to me. Okay, so just want to throw that out there. So last I left off was that I had went into surgery, my chest wash, right? They had found some fluid, they took it out, was feeling much better. I went in at early afternoon, and then by evening they had taken me off. I mean, I was back in my room, and I did have a little bit of delirium when they woke me up the second time. Yeah, I was confused a little bit, maybe like 10 minutes. And then I felt like I was back to normal. Like I was like talking to the nurse and like saying weird things to her. I do remember that. So I was like, oh, I have to use the bathroom. She's like, you can't move. I was like, oh my God. I was just like weird. Like I remember the things I was saying and the things I was thinking. I don't know. But either way, yeah. So I was hooked. I felt much better after that. After they extubated me and I was off the ventilator, like, I was walking, like 3 or 4 times a day. Like I made that my thing because, like I said, walking was a big deal in terms of recovery. So I was walking as much as possible. I was walking at least 2 or 3 laps every time I left my room, no matter how bad I felt. And I still was in a lot of pain. I was breathing much better, but I was in a lot of pain. But I was like, you're gonna do this, okay? You're gonna do this. Now I did have an epidural. I had an epidural in my back, and that's a special epidural that lasts 2 weeks, where they do give you pain meds, but they changed my pain meds like probably like 6 times. And they had to do, I don't remember, guys, I'm forgetting the names of all these things, but it's basically where they, give you like extra, like, I don't know how to explain it. Like sometimes they would have to give me a little extra just to die down the pain, and then so that, just to hold me over to the next dose, because you get like small little doses and increments of like every 30 minutes to an hour. Yeah, so the pain team definitely had a job with me. Like every day I was just like, this is not working. And every couple of days they were changing to different things until finally they were like, yeah, we're gonna just have to give you more, something a little bit tougher. It might make you drowsy. And I was like, that's fine. I'm in the hospital anyway. I don't mind going to sleep sometimes, as long as I could take my walks and be able to stand up without like feeling like I'm gonna pass out. So yeah, they did that for me, and I was really grateful. They were really trying to help me not to be in pain, but at the same time, of course, not trying to, they don't want to do too much. You know what I mean? So yeah, I really tried not to complain much, and I really tried to be a good patient and do what I had to do. But let me tell you what happened to me. So don't make this mistake. Be very wary. I was not wary of this. So I didn't talk about this before, but on day like 6, after I had passed my swallow test, the swallow test lady, and I know she has a very important title that I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but I call her the swallow test lady. She was really nice. She really knew what she was doing. She gave me exercise to do so I could be able to pass beforehand, right? So she comes in with a Coca-Cola, a cup of water, and a thick shake. And I'm like, oh, thank you. Oh my gosh, I'm thinking, oh my gosh, she's gonna take the feeding tube out. This is great. I get to drink fluids. I've been sucking on this stupid sponge for how long, right? And I'm so ready. So she gives me the Coke, and I'm all happy. I'm like, refreshing. I feel all the bubbles. I'm like, just like the commercial, Hey, I don't usually drink Coke, but that Coke was tasting very good. That was the best Coke I ever had. It was cold and it was great. So I'm sipping on it. I'm just like, and I'm watching TV. She's like, Ruth, I want you to drink all of it right now. drink it. And I'm just like, okay. So I drink it. She's like, go ahead, chug it. Wow, okay, that's not fun. I want to slowly sip it. So I just drink that. She's like, go ahead, drink your water. Drink all of it. I'm just like, kind of full from the Coke. You can do it. Do it. I'm like, okay. Let me drink this whole cup of water. All right. Last but not least, drink this thick shake. It's vanilla. I know you like vanilla. Okay. So I drink it. And I'm just like you don't know. Okay, unless you have been really short of breath before, you don't know how hard it is to eat or drink and like basically have to hold your breath every time you swallow. It's like exhausting. Like already breathing normally was already exhausting. And I'm sorry, the AC's blowing. I hope you guys can't hear it. Sorry. But like, yeah, it's just, what is this? Do you guys see the fly? Is that a mosquito? I'm seeing, okay. Either way, yeah. I got a mosquito in here. Where was I? Yeah, it's really hard. There he is again. Sorry. Somebody must have opened the door. Yeah, so where was I again? Oh yeah, it's really hard to breathe. And then you gotta eat, and then you gotta drink. It's harder than you think. Unless you've been very short of breath, you don't know what it's like. So it was very hard for me to drink all that stuff, but I did it. And then after she left, they brought me a plate of pasta with some other stuff. And me not thinking anything of it, I'm like, okay, cool. They want to see if I can eat it. All right, I'll eat it, whatever. So the pasta had no seasoning, guys. I did not eat that whole thing. I ate the sides. I ate some of the sides, and I ate like some of the pasta. I ate like 40% of my plate. Bad move. They are watching to see how much you're gonna eat. They're watching. So I made that mistake. Nobody had told me that this was a test. Okay, I didn't know that it was a test. The nurse came in, she's like, you don't like your dinner? You don't like it? I'm like, no, I didn't get to order anything, so this is what they brought, but I had some of it. She's like, you sure you don't want more? I'm like, not really. It doesn't taste very good, and I don't know, I don't feel hungry. I mean, I'm the kind of person, when I don't feel good, I'm just like, I don't have much of an appetite or whatever. So I'm like, not really. I mean, I'll just make sure I order breakfast tomorrow. She's like, all right, no problem. So apparently, the doctor comes in. He's like, well, you didn't eat all your food, so we're going to have to leave the feeding tube in. He says this the next day in the morning. And I'm just like, well, nobody told me I had to eat the whole plate. He's like, yeah, of course you know you have to eat all your food. We don't want you to be, you only ate 400 something calories of your dinner, and you were supposed to eat 800. And I was just like, why didn't you guys tell me that? And that was like messed up. I had that feeding tube several extra days just because I didn't eat that plate of food. So let me tell you, after they took me off that vent, I was eating everything, and I made sure that when they brought that menu, I ordered stuff that was feasible because I've been at this hospital before, and I knew the things that I would be able to eat. Okay, that didn't taste that bad. So, all right. So yeah. I guess I could talk about chest tubes. So every day they took out some chest tubes. A lot of people say they get a lot of pain from chest tubes. I've had chest tubes before, and after a while I don't know, it's not too bad. But yeah, I had 9. To be honest, when they took them out, I didn't get much of relief. The first time they came in, they took out 3. That's the only time where I felt a difference. I had 5 big chest tubes, so probably around this size. Yeah, like this big. So yeah, it's pretty big. So when they took out the first 3 fat ones like this, I definitely felt less pressure, because they're literally around your lungs to make sure that there's no fluid there. So yeah, they're pressing up against your lungs, and yeah, it's uncomfortable. But then after that, when they took out the other ones, like they would take out 1 or 2 every like 2 or 3 days, I didn't really feel that much of a difference. And then they would close them with sutures. They didn't use staples. Like your main incision, they use staples. But for me, they didn't use staples, they used sutures. A lot of people prefer staples, some people prefer sutures. And I don't know, they both hurt to me. So, I don't know. They both hurt. But yeah. Going back to pain control, I did have an epidural. And yeah, I had an epidural pretty much like until the last day that I left. So I just wanted to make sure I didn't forget that. So after that, I was able to move to step down. So the step down floor is a step down from ICU. And after my CO2 got better, we went there, and that's a much more relaxed floor. There's 24-hour care, but the nurses have like 2 or 3 patients, so they're kind of spread apart. Some of, they give them a good balance of critical and non too critical. But I mean, everybody has just come from the ICU or has just come straight from surgery, right? Sometimes. So yeah, it's not as intense. I preferred the ICU because I like to look out my window and see all the people walking around. And this floor was really quiet, very chill. But the good thing is that it forced me kind of to be more independent. So I started going to the bathroom myself, mostly because I was impatient and I didn't want to wait for the nurse to come and move all the machines and all that. And they were busy. Sometimes they would take a long time to come because they're, taking care of other patients and stuff like that. They got to make sure their patient is set before they come to me, who I just need to use the bathroom. Who knows what's going on in the other rooms? So yeah, I was like, I'm not gonna call the nurse. I'm just gonna get up and go. No matter how painful, I walked to that bathroom. I carried my stuff, my chest tubes, my IV. I went to the bathroom. I went to go, when they brought the tray, I walked across the room and, try to balance my tray, so it was kind of good. I walked myself from the bed to the chair. I got out of bed myself, so it kind of forced me to be more independent. And then eventually, I was able to take walks on my own. Now, to take walks in the beginning, there's like 3-4 people walking with you. There's people, holding the machines. There's somebody who has a chair. So like at least 2 people. And then, eventually they let me start walking by myself after I had only 1 or 2 IVs and I could push the pole by myself. They let me do that, and that's when I really started doing laps. Like I was doing crazy laps, like 60 laps per day, because I mean there's nothing to do. So I would just turn on my Netflix and just walk, or I'd just talk on the phone and walk. And I got better and better every day, and eventually I was able to hold conversations with people on the phone or talk to the nurse who's walking with me, just to pass the time, because I mean it's boring. And you need to walk. So I just make conversation with the nurse, ask her about her life. She would ask me about my life and how I got here, and I'd be like, how did you get here? Weren't you living in Wichita or whatever? And what made you come here? And they'd be like, why are you here? And I'd be like, well, yeah, tell her my story in a snapshot, right? But yeah, I was still tired all the time. I still felt like I had been hit by a semi, and I still wanted to stay in bed all day. So don't feel that just because I did a lot of laps that I felt amazing. I did not feel amazing, but I knew I had to do it because I was thinking in retrospect of going home, and I didn't want to get home and not be able to do anything by myself. I am gonna have to brush my teeth by myself. I am gonna have to wash my face by myself. I'm gonna have to get out of bed, So why not just start now? And physical therapy is happy to see you do it. And I was also able to do stairs, go up and down the stairwell as well before I went home too. And I'm not trying to show off. I'm just saying you really gotta try to push yourself if you can. If physical therapy and your doctors think it's okay, because they're not gonna make you do anything that you can't do. But I have stairs at home. Yeah, we have 2 floors here, so I had to learn how to use the stairs. So please watch our next video for the last part, hopefully. Oh, there's a siren outside. I don't know if you can hear it. We live kind of close to the hospital, so we do get a lot of ambulances. But yeah, so please tune into our next video. And don't forget to comment and like and ask any questions below. Thanks. Bye.